Hi everyone, thank you for watching this video and welcome again to zani4e.com channel. Okay, let's talk about standard, in particular, standard related to energy management. Okay, personally, I'm not really involved in standard until I'm involved in energy management, especially when I was involved in some discussion, okay, way back in 2009, okay, 2009, about development of the ISO 50001. Since then, okay, and finally, I became one of the consultant that helping people to get certified for ISO 50001 for energy management system. Again, this is my opinion. Okay, so to me, the way I look at standard, especially in Malaysia, there are a few ways why people adopt standard and then finally they get certified. Okay, I hardly see, hardly see. Honestly, there may be some. I hardly see, people using standard. Okay, especially management standard, management system standard, just for the purpose of adopting it. Okay, what I can see normally, if they talk about standard, okay, in Malaysia, only if they wanted to get certified. Okay, that's what I can see. Okay, I can be wrong. Okay, but that's what I can see so far. I hardly see people talking about standard unless they wanted to get certified. Okay, especially on the management system, in particular for ISO 50001. Therefore, I think the perception is that, okay, what I can see, okay, the moment we talk about standard, okay, we talk about certification. Okay, this also gives me some challenge, because uh, for me, when I doing my job, advising my client, or even in my talk, in my training, okay, like it or not, I have to use my reference to certain standard, in doing things because I'm not the one who created things just for the sake of my own logics. Okay, so what I can see, all right, when I talk about standard, they said, Cik Zaini, how much does it cost to get certified? Must we get certified? Okay, put it this way. Okay, throughout my career as a consultant, okay, and so I truly started my job as a consultant on the system since 2012, okay, in particular. Okay, the way I look at it, standard is not always equivalent to certification, especially talking about management system standard, regardless of what kind. For me, if you want to do something, okay, standard is basically a specific way, a good or better way to do things. It's more systematic manner, right? You have something to refer. Basically, standard not always equivalent to certification. But this is what I can see in Malaysia in particular. They look at standard, I must get certified. Okay, so it's not because the way I look at it, if you want to have, you want to manage your energy resource properly, okay, you want to do it more holistically in a systematic way. Systematic way means that, at the end of the day, all right, you get what you want. For example, if you manage energy, okay, you want to manage your energy, at the end of the day, you reduce energy cost or you improve your energy performance. So how to do it? Okay, how if you the culture, if you depend on the individual or personal, human, on the department and all that, right? Even the department, people will change, the head will change, the engineer will change, all that. So how can you ensure that there is a continuity? Okay, so this is one of the reasons why people use standard. Therefore, for energy management, you don't have, it's not a must. You're talking about certification if you are talking about adopting a standard for energy management. So the best thing to do, if you want to develop, if you want to start your managing your energy in more sustainable manner, you just need to refer to the standard as a guide. So standard basically become your guide. Okay? Your guide to do things systematically, or the other words, correctly. That will give you better chance, okay, for you to get your result, and also you can sustain the result, you can improve further. Okay, so standard not always certification. Standard is all about referring to the guide as guide, and then you can do things correctly. correctly. Okay, if you look at the energy management system or any man, you're talking about energy management system. If you adopt the standard, you follow all the guide, okay, all the requirement, that of course definitely will benefit you. Okay, for example, if you do things without a proper way of doing things, especially when talking about energy, in particular, I'm talking about, for example, when you said if you want to monitor your energy performance, okay, is that is the only way to measure energy performance only from the energy cost or energy reduction? Is it the only way to show your performance? Is it only from you implement the management program you only from the energy cost reduction overall? Okay. It is not. What if you implemented a project, you done a lot, all right, but your bill never go down. So how you gonna explain your improvement? Even though technically you know you are doing something more energy efficient, but how can you show that? How can you show that actually to the management? How you can showcase your success story? How you show your improvement in terms of energy performance? So if you adopt a standard, for example, you're talking about ISO 2001 on the immune system, there's a requirement in the standard, you must establish your proper energy performance indicator, the correct one that reflect your nature of your operation. Because from one company or one operation to another operation, the energy performance indicator can be different, can be not the same, can be different. And normally, often will be different. Okay, so therefore, if you have a standard, you have a proper, it's a requirement to establish the correct energy performance indicator that can be used to develop your energy baseline. And then we have a proper and correct energy baseline. And then when you implement your measures or initiative or the whole system, at the end of the day, you can monitor, measure, and quantify your improvement. That's what can happen if you have a correct way to do it by referring to the standard. It's not just about getting certification. Okay, this example. Therefore, it's always a challenge for me. Okay, when I talk about ISO, talking about certification, it is not. Okay, uh, I refer to standard. Okay, on how to do things correctly. This how why I refer to the standard. If technical standard for the benchmarking, for the guidelines, technical and for energy management, I always look into the Malaysian standard MS 1525. Okay, MS 1525. And then if I look into management, for management, I look into the ISO 2001. Okay, so that's why standard. So the question now, okay, when you need to get certified? The answer is up to you. Some company get certified because there is a requirement for them to get certified because the market, the client required them to be certified so that they can enter the market. Sometimes the client's requirement. Okay, so market requirement is business requirement. The market requirement is that business requirement. So they have to get certified. Okay, of course, if you get certified, okay, if you somehow embrace the spirit of the standard, of course, you get benefit from that. Not only to enter the market, you also can get benefit from the improvement of the energy performance of the facility or the building. Okay, so another one, why you get certificate? One, market requirement, either client or market requirement. Is that business requirement? Okay, but for talking about, let's say for government agency, what's there? It's no market requirement. Okay, but another reason why they want to show that they are would like to do something in line with for example, national policy. For example, the government encourage the agency, to lead by example by adopting the best practice. Okay, so therefore they get certified. Okay, that's normally two scenario where I can see people get certified, companies or organization get certified. One, business requirement. Okay, business requirement. Some is normally come from corporate requirement. For me, whatever come from the corporate or for company requirement instructed by the company. For me, business requirement. They have to get certified. Secondly, because for government agency in particular, they want to show that they are in line with certain government policy in terms of reduction of the CO2 and all that, that. So another one is lead by example. Okay, another one, another one reason why people get certified, because I see some company become the culture. They say their culture, everything must be done systematically. So everything must be certified, so that when they get certified, they get the avenue or the commitment. Okay, that's generally 3 categories. Okay, but some, but for me, if you ask me, when should I get certified? Okay, for me, even though it's no requirement of the national policy, no requirement of the market and everything, if you just energy user, okay, once should you get certified? For me, certification can help you to get what you want in terms of energy performance. Go for certification. Okay. For example, at least if you have certification, at least once a year, okay, people will give attention to that because they got the audit. Right? At least once a year. Everyone has to be committed. At least you have something. You have avenue to showcase your works, in terms of you can the avenue for you to highlight your performance. Subsequently, if your performance can be seen, visually, you can present to the management. Of course, they may end up, okay, and putting up investment into that. So certification is only needed if that can get what you want, help you to get better result. Okay, because the way I look at it, certification is not really a must. Okay, if you're talking about standard. Okay, that's why I always refer to standard when I do my job, because I'm not the one who want to reinvent the wheel. Okay, that's why if now, especially for example now, okay, I'm doing my job as energy manager in Malaysia. Okay, I can tell you it's no secret on this. Okay, because the way I interpret the regulation, the efficient management of the energy regulation, okay, that regulation basically is a requirement for a company to have the energy management system. Because the provision that even the name, efficient management of physical energy. So there are a lot of provision in the clauses in the regulation mention that to ensure efficient management of physical energy of the installation. To ensure. Okay, that this doesn't mention about just to save. The word is to ensure. So to ensure means to me is something continuous. It's ongoing. It's never stop. So to do something never stop, the only way to do it by having a system. Okay, therefore, in performing my duty as energy manager, okay, basically what I tell my prospect or my client, okay, I will help you to develop and implement the proper energy management system. By doing that, you will comply to the legal requirement. In the same time, it also can benefit you directly as an organization. It will reduce your energy cost. Okay, so that will somehow will reflect my role as energy manager. Okay, I refer to, that's why when you want to develop an energy management system, okay, my reference always the ISO 50000 family standards. They have the ISO 50001 for the management system requirement. Okay, they got ISO 2002, 2016, 2015, 2004 and all that. A lot of that. But the main one is the system. Okay, so that's my sharing about standard. So for us, as a practitioner, okay, we must help, to create awareness. Okay, standard not always equivalent to certification. Okay, certification is only a requirement or an option if that can help you to get better result, or it is purely is your requirement in your operation or your business. Okay, but if you don't get certified, just refer to the standard, adopt the standard. That's why I always use the word adopt. Adopt means that you do exactly everything on that, except you don't get third party to certify you. But I would strongly suggest as well, you don't strike out the element of internal audit. Even though I think some company, I came across some company, okay, some client, they do have their own internal audit team, sometimes at the corporate level, they can inter-audit among themselves, among different plants, okay, without getting certification. They got their own internal audit team. That's checking, every year in terms of the compliance of the system, and also the performance of the energy every year. Interesting. And this company are not certified, but they got their in-house team to check. That's why got internal audit. Okay, that even though they're not getting certified. So if you look at the standard, okay, if you look at ISO 2001, you look at clause, okay, you look at clause 4 until clause 9 and clause 8, okay. Again, you ignore clause 9. Clause 9 only they ignore the part of the internal audit. You just ignore the internal audit for the third party. Okay, so you follow everything. Okay, but it's not in Malaysia. The way I look at it, it's not a practice. Internal audit. Internal audit always internal audit for certification. You see, actually, internal audit is very good mechanism. Okay, to self-check your performance. Okay, so you don't need to get certified. It's very less costly as well. Okay, another one. Okay, adopting the standard. To do your energy management. We can help you. Basically, we help you to create the culture of energy management practices in your company. Okay, slowly, when you have the system, when you can share the result, everyone can see the result, management can see the result. Subsequently, normally it will, or it may, trigger the interest of the top management to look into more benefit from the adopting energy management or energy management system. Okay, because they can see, because the only thing to get more result, you have to put some money in. But not showing your current result, how can you ask for more money? So that's basically my thoughts about this. So again, okay, my point here, okay, if you talk about standard, actually in management system standard, it's not always about put aside certification. Don't make something equivalent. Standard certification, no. Management system, no. Adopt the standard. Follow the requirement. Okay, and I can guarantee you, definitely, you'll get the result and you get the benefit from that. And you feel that you can get better, or you can give a better recognition, or credential by getting certified. Go ahead. It's your option. Okay, after all, adopting the standard is not that costly. It always can be embedded into your internal existing or the operational budget every year. Just basically training, basically when you talk about adopting a standard, or mainly basically training. You give them the right knowledge, the right tools, knowledge, basically knowledge, and understand the requirement of the standard, and then how they can develop, the system properly, and at the end, subsequently, how they can have a complete system in place. Basically, human resource development. And this, if you develop it properly, you can stay there. Once you have a system, regardless of who's coming, who's the boss, who the engineers, they'll do the same thing because they have something to refer. Otherwise, when the lead person left the company or get retired, there's no proper documentation, no proper way of doing things. So it's totally up, to the new person to look into all that. Okay, so that's my sharing about standard. Again, standard not always equivalent. I'm talking about management standard. Okay, management system standard. Standard is not always equivalent to certification. Okay, adopt the standard, and I can guarantee you can get your result because you are going to improve your energy performance. Of course, you show your commitment, and you can get what you want in terms of energy management goals and all that. So thank you very much. Thank you for watching. If any comment or feedback, comment at the comment area, and then we can email or contact us at the number and email provided in the bottom of the screen. Okay, so if you feel that video is useful, please share. Okay, and then don't forget to subscribe to reach wider audience. Okay, thank you very much. See you again in the next video. Okay, stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy. All right.